already. All right, I hope that's sounding a bit better.
You sound like a human, Tibbs. Can I get a roll call from the other two?
Right, how about now?
Yay. We did it.
Can you hear me now?
All right. Guys, we're alive and we're working.
Sorry
Hooray!
about that. And welcome to episode 17 of Geist the Sin Eater second edition, Second Chances. And our second attempt at that session because the internet did not want to cooperate with us the last time around. So, let's go ahead and jump on in. Today is Tuesday, December 12th, 2023. What have you been doing over the last 3 days? Who wants to go first?
Well, I suppose I can go.
Go for it.
All right. So, first order of business, I went skiing with the ski team heads that we ran into last time and went looking for the victim of the gold medal slayings that they said they've been seeing the ghost of around here. And I used this time to recruit these two into the crew, that being Sam Spade's kid and God help me with her name. Sorry, but not there right now, the head of the ski team. Ended up going pretty well. Talked to them about all the things that we did, and I was not able to, at the moment I was asked, come up with a good hockey metaphor to justify throwing some extra dice on there. So, success. Next, I. My apologies. Brain is booting. Went, played some hockey, did the rituals, and I ran some supplies up to Granny to run a smaller dinner with her. Things went nice and smoothly. And lastly, I went to my job at the Red Room, carried some boxes around, and coincidentally located and removed a ghost trap, which is now in my possession. Speaking of possession, the ghost that was trapped there has escaped. He seems to be in a pretty good mood. He rolled on out through the floor, and perhaps we'll see him again soon. I certainly hope he's having a better time than he was at the place he's been trapped for several decades.
Hooray!
All right, who's next?
Tibbs, you want to go?
Okay. So, um, the first 2 days, I set up. I spent combing through all of Todd Kimball's data that I had acquired through perfectly legal means, of course, and um, set it up so that an email would fire off with any incriminating information would uh, would be an email with any incriminating information would be sent to see what was the list that I put on there? Sorry, hold on. It was like the police, the news, the the local newspaper, and any busybodies in the town. So I spent 2 days combing through all that data, got a lot of fun stuff, and the the last day I did a charity stream to help the I can't remember her name right now. Uh, the
Susie.
Susie, yes, to help Susie go towards her medical bills, which seemed to go pretty well.
All right. So, day one, I decided to go to George. Um, when he's alone and introduce him to his sister to hopefully give prom queen some closure. If you don't remember George McElroy, we've seen him in past sessions. He was the assistant manager at the big box store Kimball's, which we terrorized. Um, and he is my Geist's younger brother. And he promptly screamed so hard that he passed out from fright upon seeing her. So, no motion there. Day two, I went to scour local hospitals as a volunteer to find any old women, teenagers, children who are close to death and not on the donor list, so I could be of comfort and hand out organ donor forms. Because smaller people have hearts that can be used and transplanted into children. And I failed. So that sucked. And then day three, I went to talk to Dee to ask about healing magic or what she knows about the waters of the Phlegathon. And healing magic is not particularly common with the power of death, so necromancy doesn't really heal. So cool. But she does mention that the waters of the Phlegathon are said to be able to heal mortals in Greek mythology at the cost of an equal amount of suffering, but states that she's never personally tried it, but she'll check her grandmother's journals for us. So, that was me.
Alrighty. So let's go ahead and get started with today then. Today is again Tuesday, December 12th, 2023. Where are you and what are you doing?
I am staying after school, talking to Derek Spade, and David Spade is a slightly different person.
Yeah.
And God, my brain is absolutely throwing a Mickey here. Jasmine Sanatana. Sanatana? Sanatana.
Sand.
Sorry.
Character sheets are in our character sheet chat if you need to see them.
Yep, which is why I have just downloaded those and added those, but my brain was throwing a Mickey on pronunciation. I do apologize.
Thank you very much for the cheer, Void. We appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Void! God, I do need the cheering up. I've been having a rough day today. So,
All right.
And I am I'm spending time schmoozing at the church.
All right. And what about Nathan? Is Nathan doing anything special?
Nathan's working on some speech and debate stuff. And under the guise of trying to find out more about ways to get people a heart.
All right. So, first, I guess we will start with Ethan. Ethan, roll me. Let's see. Presence or manipulation plus socialize, and see if you can get anything interesting from the congregation of the Chosen of Mammon.
Okay. There is. There it is. Okay. Sorry, I had said presence, or manipulation plus socialize.
Huh?
Okay. And not my best rolls, but it's not luck die. Yeah, fuck it. I'll do willpower on that.
Alrighty.
There we go. One success.
All right. So attending the secret services of the Chosen of Mammon is always an education. Ambrose Jr., the pastor, got up and gave, well, not got up, considering he's in a wheelchair, but got behind into the pulpit and gave his usual sermon. Today's was on the dangers of empathy and how it can reduce your net worth and thus your chances of a good afterlife.
Oh, too real.
Um, you noticed while he gives his sermon uh, that even for this incredibly pale and sickly old man that you've known for the last couple months, uh, he's looking especially bad today and stops to cough several times during his sermon. You pick up some chatter among the seated members of the congregation uh, that Ambrose has been seen going to the hospital several times in the past month. And someone else comments that everyone knows that the Kimballs as a family have heart issues, and it's only anyone's and it's the devil's own luck that this man has lived this long.
Heart issues, you say?
Hey, Mike.
Mike!
Hello.
Sounds like can I do
Wait, how big is Ambrose?
he's an old man.
His heart's probably in too bad a condition to be helpful here.
Look, he's in the cult of Mammon. What if he strikes a deal with, I don't know, whoever the fuck Mammon is to get a better heart, and then we kill him and give it to Susie?
Ambrose Kimball Jr. is 88.
That's fine. He's probably small in stature.
Let's keep going. We're also gambling on him having the right blood type and all that. And don't worry, we're already planning on killing all the Kimballs. That is on the to-do list, which one of these days I'm going to actually bring and show everybody.
I'm pouting.
Okay. That's good information to have.
Well,
All right.
cupcake.
And Nathan, you said that you were researching. Right, what exactly are you looking for so I can give you a bit of a roll for it?
Nathan is searching on the dark web to try and find a heart.
Do you know how to use the dark web?
Look, Nathan is very good at research.
Mhm.
There are things out there that tell you how to get on the dark web. I'm sure he would have found it. Does he know what to do when he's there? Probably not. But he has a prepaid card that only has $500 on it, so can't be that bad.
All right, so well, if you're going to do that, roll intelligence plus academics or compute.
All right, well, it's 4 either way. Could I argue wit?
Sure, wits make sense to me here.
Okay. Dice, don't fail me now.
Do you want me to make you a scalper bot for the heart?
I don't like the idea of somebody scalping hearts. Oh man, they just released that one!
I'm gonna willpower. 1 success.
God, I used
All right.
to have resources for how much hearts cost on the open market.
You find a very well hidden message board on the dark web that apparently is dedicated to some sort of research institute for the esoteric sciences in Seattle. Uh, they're talking in the uh, in the uh, in the comments. They are talking about the best ways to remove a heart from a living person with minimal damage.
Oh,
The
okay.
argument ongoing is uh, whether the surgery is best done uh, via good old-fashioned hand labor by hand or through some sort of remote robot. Several of the participants are arguing that it is extremely short-sighted to expect anyone to be able to build a remote surgery drone, given the price of semiconductors these days. And someone else and someone else replies that it's not so bad as long as you don't mind the power bill. And a third replies that you can circumvent the power bill entirely by powering your laboratory with orgone energy.
Orgone?
Oh, these guys.
What is orgone energy? Nathan goes
It
down a whole rabbit hole looking for what orgone energy is.
Can I
uh,
explain?
uh,
Keep it
Sure.
PG, please. But yes.
The energy produced when a mommy and a daddy love each other very much.
It is
Okay,
an
so
incredibly fringe scientific theory that is woo and pseudoscience. Yes.
I see.
And in the greater Kennyverse, this is from our ill-fated game of Genius. We know this guy. He was a fucking nightmare to deal with. He set up a collector on top of a campus, and yeah, there was an incident.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, that's a lot of energy.
I was asked to keep it PG, so I cannot go into any greater detail.
And I appreciate that. All right. Moving on. So Ty and Derek have met with a chat for a chat. Is there anything in particular you wanted to discuss with them?
I suppose I mentioned all of the stuff I've been hearing about a certain Kimball's grocery store lately. All that wild stuff happening out there.
All right, you have last time you recruited Derek and Jasmine. Did you give them their full induction?
Yep, that happens during any time I do the Ritualia. Anyone who needs inducting gets inducted, and I assume comes with a 101 booklet that at this point we've probably got written down and prepared for handing out to people for the information we just think everyone should have. This is a research society into the mysteries of this town. Presumably we need to catch people up every time someone joins. So,
All right.
I think it is possibly in canon that Nathan or Ethan has written up like a what the hell's going on in Whispering Peaks a primer.
I,
So
I have
Derek,
I have a PowerPoint slideshow.
I do love the idea of Ethan going home after every session and updating the PowerPoint. That does seem like Ethan.
so Derek understands the significance.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for the cheer, Rose.
Holy crap.
We appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Rose.
Thank you for the biddies.
And thank you for the pictures of the kittens.
Aw, kittens. Kitties and biddies.
So, the after trouble on tongue today, while discussing what's been going on at Kimball's grocery with excuse me, at the Kimball's big box store, not the Farmer Kimball's grocery store, with Derek, he mentions that because of the recent incidences and a number of anonymous tip-offs, his dad has been, the county sheriff, Sam Spade, has been wanting to investigate Todd Kimball for quite a while, but he only got the go-ahead to initiate it recently. He does say that there's a couple roadblocks in the way, but that if he were to get, if his dad were to get any sort of concrete evidence that Todd was absolutely connected to a crime in such a way that the city police couldn't cover up any crime really at this point, then he would have carte blanche to go over their heads and go for Todd Kimball.
Well, I don't know how to ask this politely. Is there a phone number your dad checks or an email account your dad checks if I were to theoretically discover such a piece of information?
Yeah, dude, he says, and then hands you the email and tip-off line that Ethan has been using.
Thanks, dude. All right. Anyways, I do apologize, but I think your dad's gonna be busy tonight unless everything goes really badly. I gotta make some phone calls.
Smirking, he says, to make sure the evidence is admissible in court this time.
Doing our best here. So we just need to make sure he knows where to find it, right?
That would be the ideal, yes.
All right. Ty stretches and makes his excuses at the Paranormal Society before heading on out. He's been spending every school day that he is not doing hockey practice as a coach there. He's not needed every day. So, I make some phone calls and wait until the others are available. Hey, Tibbs.
Yes.
Since you are already at church, I'm willing to bet your dad is there. I think we talked about having a conversation with him.
Is Papa Barlow there? Forgot his name.
He wouldn't miss a sermon.
So I make like I'm saying prayers and stuff like that, and after a minute or so of that, I get a wide look on my face. I get wide-eyed for a second, and pull my dad off to the side.
Roger Barlow, looking immaculate in his tailored suit that costs more than some people's houses, and his coiffed hair that the styling of which costs more than some people's cars, gives you a grin. My son, he says, my little demon child. What have you got for me?
My little demon child.
He's so proud. I love him. I hate him, but I love him.
There's our esteemed pastor is as a see, I'm sure you've noticed, but he's having some health problems. Well, his grandson is about to have some legal problems. There's gonna be a power shift, a power vacuum soon. You should be ready.
A slow smile creeps across Roger Barlow's face. Is this something else that our Lord has revealed to you in a dream, my son?
It wasn't a dream this time. It just happened. Or he just told me.
His smile gets even wider, and he leans down conspiratorially. Ethan, my boy, I want you to know first that you've made me prouder than I've ever been. I thought, once upon a time, that I had failed you. that you had been corrupted by the evils of this world, that you had decided to put love and friendship and all that stuff above the state of your eternal soul.
Dad, there there is no evil, there is no good. There's only utility.
That is certainly one way to look at it, he says, raising his eyebrow. Of course, Pastor Ambrose would disagree. He believes that caring for others is a sin. After all, it was outlined by his father and his father before him, and well, you can see what it does to people's bottom lines. Without a high net worth, what can you expect for your afterlife?
There
But my
are
point,
eh, that we can argue philosophy another time, I think.
but my point, son, is that surely our Lord sent you these visions within a nick of time. It's only been the last few months, and already the Kimball dynasty that has overseen this church since the beginning are faltering.
No?
But we have been favored.
Well, what do you do with a branch when it starts rotting?
He nods. You cut it. Mayor Graham has struggled to be anywhere near as successful as his father Ambrose, and his son struggles to even reach his paltry level of success. He leans in. Did you know that he still lives at home?
Oh,
But
oh, that's sorry, go ahead.
Our Lord sent you this information for a reason. Surely, this is what He wants us to do. It's time for the Kimball dynasty to fall and for the Barlows to take their place as the administrators of the chosen of Mammon and Whispering Peaks. I'm going to pull some strings and see what information I can get. You said the visions that our Lord sent you said that something was going to happen tonight.
He said something was going to start tonight. Whether or not we see the results of it tonight, that part I don't know. But something is starting tonight at the very least.
Fair. As they say, our Lord helps those who help themselves. Surely, this is a call to action. A call to depose this rotting dynasty. He stands up and gives you a smile and slicks his hair back with his left hand. I have things to do, son. Do your best to keep out of trouble.
I'll try not to get caught.
With that, Roger Barlow goes to glad hand around with the congregation once the sermon is over, put in his 5 minutes of fellowship, and then makes his excuses and leaves immediately.
Yeah, I do something very similar, except uh wait like 2 or 3 minutes after my dad leaves.
All right. Are the group of you meeting up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably
We're
should.
I'm waiting out by Nathan's car when they get out of school, and I presume we go pick up Ethan.
all right. Where and when?
Um, so I believe that somewhere in there we have gotten our hands on Kimball's home address. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Before we go further, I would like to just state that I did not access the dark web with my own student ID. I used the login of the
One of
security people.
I was gonna say either that or some of the dead kids. I mean, come on.
The security people.
Alrighty. So, sorry, I completely blanked. So you're just not going to use your student ID for that?
Yeah, I'm gonna use one of the security people. The ones from up the mountain.
Fountain
Cotton.
security.
Yeah.
They were working here. Probably have logins. All right. So, guys, here's what my plan is, and I'm happy to go along with you on this. This is a crime family.
Hey.
Woo!
Hey, we've got some
Possum!
raiders.
Hey, Possum!
Hello.
Thank you so much. Welcome.
Coming
Uh,
out of the pouch and we're
drink
raiding
water.
Geist Farm.
Drink water. We were asked. We shall.
How was your stream?
Hope it was good.
We're having a great time in here. We're about to go raid the local crime family's house using ghost powers. Stay tuned.
Nice.
I'm glad you had a great stream. Thank you for joining. Thank you for raiding us. I hope you guys will have fun.
All right. So, the Kimball family address is not. Oh, Fix Lex said you has not a message for you, Lex.
Alrighty.
Thank you, Possum.
Well, getting back to it, the Kimball family address isn't exactly a secret. Graham Kimball is the mayor. They've been influential for decades, more than decades. So it's not exactly something that I would even make you roll to figure out. You should have known where they lived years ago.
Small
So,
town.
here's my theory. Just my pet theory. Where did this guy go when he was done with all of his crimes? He went back home. He's been living at home this whole time. This is a crime family. They trust each other and probably nobody else. If there's going to be any evidence anywhere, it's going to be physically inside this house. And we have somebody who can go in there, look around, and grab it, or at least locate it so we can tell the cops where it is. So, Nathan, I seem to recall you have a superpower that lets you turn intangible and invisible.
I do. It is ghost time.
I think it may have to be ghost time, because none of the rest of us can do this. I mean, we could goo our way through the security, but I feel like there's cameras around here. In fact, I could not be more sure there was cameras around here. So there's 2 people who can do anything here, and I'm not one of them. So excuse me while I get very comfortable and describe what I think we should do.
Okay.
1. Mr. Boneyard.
Mr. Boneyard.
I need you to turn on a boneyard big enough to cover the mansion and its grounds, and start playing, you know, the guy on the radio for the heist.
Overwatch, yeah.
You're Overwatch, you're making sure that we know what's going on in there, and you're helping search for things. And we've got our thief here, who is going to be raiding the house. And I am going to be here, standing next to your 2 bodies in case something physically happens back where we are, preferably a fair, decent way down the road.
A phantom thief, you would say.
A phantom thief. Just don't leave a calling card of any sort, and we do not need to steal their heart.
Well, We might need to. No, never mind.
I just need about 12 stopwatches now.
Never see it coming. All right. That cool for everybody?
Works
I'm
for me.
gonna get in the driver's seat in case we need to be moving.
So, um, oh, sorry, go ahead.
And I leave it to you guys.
By the way, do you have any drive skill?
I have my learner's permit.
I mean, you don't need to have dots and drive to do normal driving, but I just wanted to ask.
I do not have any dots in drive. I do not think.
If it helps, this car is a real beater and has taken a licking and is still running.
Yeah, I do not have any dots in drive, but God damn it, somebody's got to. And it's either that or I hope that we've got one of our ghosts around to possess the thing.
All right. So, that leads me to what I was going to ask. So, what time and who or what are you bringing with you?
Why don't we just bring every fucking ghost we have? There's
Not a bad
no
idea.
reason not to. Anyone you trust to actually help with this would probably be a good idea, starting with Gus at least. Do you have any of the others you trust to help you with this particular bit of work? I mean, you are Ghost Boy, Boy of Ghosts.
I believe we have money bags, and we also have. Did we get the thespian yet?
Yes, you've got 4 ghost characters in the crew. Gus, Moneybags, excuse me, Gus, Moneybags, Thespian.
The Frontiersman, and potentially we might have the
5
projection.
then.
The
5,
projection.
sorry. You've got 5 ghosts. Gus, Moneybags, the Thespian, the Frontiersman, who was a Stream Redeem Award, and the Projectionist.
Okay.
Do you trust
Oh
it?
wow, the projectionist has a Vernian gate as a manifestation.
Yep. Let's try not to use that too often.
Well, I believe you're going to be the one controlling the ghosts, aren't you?
That was
Well,
what I was gonna try and engineer my way into doing, because Ty is otherwise gonna be standing around like a doofus.
I was going to say that since there's 5 ghosts, you might want to split them up, but if Ty is literally going to be entirely sidelined, then I wouldn't mind you controlling multiple ghosts.
I will take 3 and you guys can pick your favorites.
Okay. I will take money bags.
Tips?
Give me a sec here. Character sheets.
I don't want to juggle all 5. That sounds like I'm going to lose track of something, but I can probably manage 3.
Character sheets. Okay.
Thank
By
you,
the way-
Void.
By the way,
Yeah.
have you guys read the Avernian Gate manifestation effect?
I have
It's
not.
been a while.
Can you pop it up on screen? It's page 192. I'll read it to everyone.
Just a second. Well, I get that up. It's been a minute since we've had to do that.
I just want everyone to know how it works, just in case you attempt to use it.
Alrighty.
I'm smart.
Kenny, always
Alright.
ahead of the game.
All right. Who did
What
you
was
say
that
you?
page again?
192.
Thank you.
Who did you say you wanted, Lex?
Moneybags.
Money bags, please.
So anybody
Alright.
who isn't Moneybags is somebody that you can grab.
I'll take the frontiersman.
And Void says he has some crew saves ready and saved up for us.
I really appreciate you. Alright. So I have to redo my screen a little bit because this is one of the very few things that's not on one side of it. So, excuse me.
Once per day, you can send.
Jules Vernian Gate. Once per day, you can send yourself and another Sin Eater around the world in 80 days. You should wake up and be cute.
All right. While
I
Jeff
really
is
am
getting
trying here. I'm so sorry. This is actually
while
rather hard to do.
while
So
Jeff is doing that, I'm going to just take a brief moment and explain the powers of actual ghosts versus sin eaters. Sin eaters get access to some very useful and flashy powers, but they don't have access to all of a ghost's abilities. In fact, Sin Eater's haunts are different from what ghosts as a character does.
All right.
Usually, ghosts are lower powered.
I do believe that should be visible on screen. I'm sorry for the text size. It's hard to get all of this on there and still be at a decent thing with our window.
All right, so one of the powers of ghosts is manifestation, which these manifestation powers determine how a ghost can interact with the mortal world. Every ghost starts with the twilight form manifestation. Um, if the ghost is in the living world rather than the underworld, she is in twilight, which for Chronicles of Darkness means that the ghost is out of phase with reality. They're invisible, inaudible, and intangible. Uh, although certain people with certain abilities might be able to hear and speak with them. As you can see, though, what we're talking about here is the Avernian Gateway manifestation.
By
It requires the open condition.
By spending 3 essence and touching an Avernian gate, the ghost may open it and apply the underworld gate condition to the location. This manifestation works in the underworld if the ghost is rank 3 or higher.
Okay.
So a unbound Geist can essentially leave the underworld whenever they feel like. They might not be able to stay in the mortal world long if they don't have a lot of essence. But if they get sucked back into the underworld, they can simply leave once they have enough essence to open the gate. So an unbound Geist has as many chances to make the bargain as they want.
All right. With that in mind, let's rock and roll.
All right, so what time are you guys showing up?
I figure it's probably gotten into the evening.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
7-ish.
yeah,
Alrighty. So you're heading to the house around 7 p.m. The Kimball estate was once upon a time a very stately looking mansion that was built during the first attempt at settlement. But over the years, the house has been renovated, added on to, knocked down, and rebuilt to the point that very little of the original estate remains. And what we have these days is mainly a cookie cutter McMansion built around the original stone and brick doorway. So, who grabbed what ghosts again? Just to make sure everyone's on the same page.
I have money bags. I believe Tibbs has the frontiersman.
Awesome. So I have the projectionist, the thespian, and
Gus.
Gus. Everyone's favorites. Awesome dudes all around.
All right. So, there's also a fairly high fence with cameras along the perimeter, about 300 feet out from the house, which itself is somewhat apart from the rest of Whispering Peaks in a small grove of woods. So where are you going to hide your car, first off?
I hear small grove of woods. I hear perfect place for teenagers to suspiciously, non-suspiciously head out and smoke cigarettes.
All right. So are you simply going to sit it in the woods and hope that your uh, that your idea will be enough.
Uh,
Ethan, are you able to loop a feed of continuous nothing to those cameras?
I use the marionette to move the cameras away from us as we drive by.
All right, you know what you need to do for that then. Roll synergy plus marionette. I'm not going to have you do it once for every camera, so just one will be fine.
Uh, one sec here. Three six
Nice.
three successes.
All right, so you're able to reposition the cameras as you wish using the marionette. A string of plasm projected from your hand and your fingers allows you to move them around as you wish.
So basically, just as we're going, the cameras kind of just kind of like arc.
coincidentally, bob around us.
Yeah.
All right. So you've come to a rest in the small glade of woods where the Kemble estate is located. You can see a couple hundred yards into the woods the fence.
I park and sit in the driver's seat and prepare to be incredibly useless for a while these two astrally project.
All right. Everyone else?
For the record, this was my idea. I signed up for this.
I've got a little tile tracker on me. Just so, you know, he can view where I'm at.
Okay. I pull up I pull out my ghost laptop and to track the tile and pass it over to Ty.
I sit there and say, all right, I understand there's a button on those that signals the home base thing. If you are in trouble or you think I need to be moving, press the button, and I will drive off with your bodies.
Okay.
I am sure that once we get out of range, you'll all snap back and have a nasty headache about it.
Fair enough.
Okay. And I get yeah. I will cast the the boneyard and cover the entirety of the estate.
All right.
I very carefully take out a pack of cigarettes I got from somewhere, take it as read, carefully destroy a few of them, light the end with a lighter, and then burn exactly one nowhere near my face to get the smell of it into the car.
All right. We know how haunts work. Synergy plus boneyard, please.
Alrighty.
And how many dots do you have in it now?
5.
5? All right. So how much plasm are you going to spend?
So
With-
sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say at the third rank, you can spend up to 5 on raising the boneyard, and 5 would be enough to encompass the entirety of Whispering Peaks. So around 2 would be what you would need for this area.
Okay. So I'm going to do um okay. I'm gonna do 2 for the size. And then also the heavy winds extreme. Oh, it's not on there. Okay, never mind. I was gonna see if I could add the foggy environmental tilt, but it's not on the list. So, all right. So I'm gonna do the let's see here, the pyre flame key.
Uh-huh.
3 successes.
All right. That's enough to raise the boneyard. Are you going to have any visible effects, or are you going to go stealth?
I'm gonna go stealth this time.
All right. Any other enhancements?
Gain reduction light.
Since you've got 5, you could use any of the enhancements there are
Hmm.
for it.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. Da, 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 any those enters when you do not automatically rules the hunting. Okay, so it says the one of the rules is, or one of the things I can do is I can implement a rule that um that if broken I can punish, correct? At tier 5,
Yeah, the new law.
the new law. Does
For,
it?
for 2 plasm, the bound states a rule that must be followed by all that enter the boneyard. A target that violates the rules of the boneyard gains the defiant condition for the duration of the boneyard. Any roll to violate the law of the boneyard receives a penalty equal to half the Sin Eater's synergy. Those entering the boneyard do not automatically know the rules. This enhancement may be applied more than once, but only when the boneyard is created.
Okay. Do I want to do any rules?
I don't think it's relevant, and the only thing you can
Yeah.
do is possibly ping on somebody's radar are that we're here.
I was just
Yeah.
thinking maybe ignore the ghosts would be a good one with
The problem is it's everyone, so you would have to ignore all your friends.
The thing that I was thinking is spending the plasm and make the rule be possess someone or something, because doing the boneyard gives the open condition to everything.
Well, I mean, the rule wouldn't help anyone who tried to possess something, just punish people who did
Didn't.
not possess.
Right. Doesn't it turn the rule into a bane for temporary?
that would be banning me.
Yes, but only if you try to possess something
No
or
possessing.
someone.
Uh,
Yeah, no possessing.
Honestly, um,
Or am I overthinking this?
I think you're overthinking this. If there's a bunch of ghosts around there, they'll just disrupt them more.
Okay.
I don't care what happens to the Kimballs. We're going to have bad things happen to them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll refrain from implementing a rule or a tilt for now.
All right, so just the 2, the plasm for the boneyard itself.
Yeah.
All right. The boneyard is cast. You gain an awareness of the entire area of the Kimball estate. You can sense that there are 5 people in the area and 1 dog. 3 of those people are inside the house. 2 appear to be patrolling outside, and the dog is patrolling inside.
Okay.
Yep. I on the computer that has the map up, I point to where the roughly where the people and the dog are.
All right. So, gentlemen, your mission, should you choose to accept it, and I mean, we're already here, is to go in there and, without tipping off anybody that you're in there, find some proof of crimes implicating Todd and or Graham Kimball. Ideally Todd, but we'll take whatever we can get.
Mm-hmm.
You do not need to move it, you do not need to acquire it, you need to simply note its position in a way that we could describe to the authorities. If they know exactly where to look and can go get it, we're golden. So, um, if you guys need help, Red Team leader here is leading the charge, and Nathan, you're going to be managing the field. Everybody good?
Yep.
Yeah.
And if anybody alerts me that something is wrong, I will get in my car and drive away, removing Ethan's body from the scene and collapsing the boneyard. I believe the way Nathan's work, they will simply have to get out of here on their own 2 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck,
Yes, the
everybody.
shroud is physical, so
Nonetheless, we need an escape plan, and I don't want you guys stuck out here or having to walk back home.
All right. So, am I good to become a ghost now?
Ghost.
right, roll to don the shroud.
Roll. That's
That's
synergy,
synergy
plus
plus shroud.
shroud. 2 successes.
All right. How many plasm are you spending?
I'm gonna spend 4.
All right, so that's 4 charges of the shroud condition. So, let's see. Since you haven't used the shroud very often, let me go over the condition with you real quick.
Thank you.
Effects. You do not need to eat, sleep, or breathe, and you cannot be blinded or deafened by non-supernatural means.
Okay.
This condition also has a number of charges equal to the plasm spent when activating the shroud. Spend 1 charge for the following effect. Other haunts may add additional options to this list. Enter Twilight for a number of turns equal to your shroud rating. This condition ends without resolving when all charges are spent.
Okay, so I only have 1 turn in the shroud.
You have as many as plasm spent in the shroud.
No,
I thought
you
it
have...
said 1 per rank.
Yes, you get Enter Twilight for a number of turns equal to your shroud rating.
So 1.
That's 1. And you have 4 charges, so you can spend it for 1 round in
Okay.
Twilight up to 4 times.
Okay, perfect. And then I would just have to recast.
Bingo.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
All right.
since you are donning the shroud for one of the first times, because I don't remember you doing it before, honestly, can you
Just once.
describe what you look like?
Yeah, so Nathan looks exactly like he normally does, this scrawny little kid. With the exception of the fact that he doesn't have a back to his head and there's a bullet hole right through his forehead.
Alrighty. So,
Unfortunately, we do not choose our ghosts.
You are semi-transparent and ghostly.
alright. Yeah, I'm not going to state that you are in Twilight right now because I'm not going to force you to use one of your charges.
Okay.
So, but this is what you look like right now, and unless you're in Twilight, people will be able to see you.
Okay.
So remember that. All right. Nathan, Ethan, ghosts, off you go.
So, Ethan, if I remember correctly, I believe one of the things the Boneyard does is let you do poltergeist effects in an area you control. I think
Yep.
poltergeists are well known for moving objects,
Mm-hmm.
such as, say, camera lenses.
Yep.
Mind giving our crew a way in?
All right. So do we care about so what I'm gonna so mild poltergeist effect. So I'm gonna do 2 things. Okay. I'm I'm going to dim the lighting in the area and add a fog effect.
That makes sense to me.
Pretty classic uh haunting stuff, right?
Yep.
And if I'm allowed to, I'm going to make the fog more dense around the cameras. So they have like a foot they can see only like a foot away from themselves.
All right. And Nathan. Now, the actual ghosts with you aren't going to have any problems with any of this because they're in Twilight all the time. They're
Mm-hmm.
ghosts. But you are not in Twilight all the time. What's your move?
Nathan walks towards the wall, attempts to walk through it, realizes he's not in Twilight when he bounces off of it, activates Twilight so that he can walk through the wall, and then looks around to figure out what kinds of cover there are.
All right, which side of the house are you going to be approaching? The back, the sides, or the front?
Which side is the best for parking?
Yeah, we haven't didn't decide where you guys parked, but I would imagine you probably parked around the sides or the back.
I think probably the side makes the most sense. Actually, straightforward question: where are the doors to the mansion?
There'd be one in the front and one in the back.
I think we'd be going for the back to have as clear a line to the doors as possible. I think that makes the most sense. We presumably planned this. And the less time we're outside in the big open, the less likelihood we're going to get hit by the cameras.
Yeah.
All right, so you approach from the back. You enter Twilight and walk through the fence.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you find yourselves in the Kimball's backyard. Um, there's a fairly tasteful lawn and some gardens that are flanked by heaters, and over the area, a glass ceiling area so that the snow doesn't kill all the plants. Um, it's pretty extravagant considering that they've got uh, heated uh, heated gardens in Colorado in winter.
In the mountains.
Standing there, you can hear the footsteps of the guards patrolling the area. It looks like there's one decently close by. You are in Twilight, and you can spend one turn in Twilight, which is, if I remember, 10 seconds.
At a speed of 9, can I make it to the house and through a wall in one turn? 'Cause I don't give a fuck about doors.
Let's see, that means... let me check the speed rules real quick. It's been a while since we've used them, so I don't have them.
The last time we used the speed rules, it was trying to figure out how much faster a rabbit was than a car.
If it helps, I also have survival and a specialization in getting away for drive.
Well, you're not driving anything.
I could be driving my point home.
You need to pick up a very specific feat for that to work.
Oh, the changeling merit?
No, actually,
Inters
I have it.
interdisciplinary.
Specialty.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, it's worked out great for me. That's why I'm able to roll hockey onto anything that I can justify. I was originally having it there for weaponry purposes, but it turns out I need to punch stuff.
Boyd's correct. Can I get there as the crow flies because nothing in the way matters?
I'm just trying to see. Screw it, I can't find it. So let's roll, in that case, dexterity plus athletics.
Okay. I have dice.
Can I use the boneyard to assist?
Mm, how?
Mo-
Fold the points so that the map gets shorter.
I was gonna use the boneyard to move like stones and things that might trip them up out of the way.
They're
And then
already.
and then oh right, you're never mind.
They're
Never,
intangible.
yeah, never mind.
I'm intangible. What's keeping me up?
You're flying, for lack of
Yeah.
better words.
Cool. Kenny, can I just fly to the second story or the fourth story?
That requires, I believe, the second or third dot of Shroud.
Hold on.
You
Hold
need
on.
to get yourself some Peter Pan juice to do that. Sorry, boss.
I have 3 XP. I think that's not enough.
Yeah. Wait, no, that is in fact precisely enough. But
Kenny?
you're gonna need.
Not
The second dot of Shroud allows you to pay 2 plasm to hover and fly in any direction at half your speed.
It would also mean that you have 2 rounds per expenditure, which would probably make this a lot less insane.
Oh, but yeah.
But you would have to get Kenny's permission because we'd be cheating the XP system by spending it right now.
Yeah.
So, what's the call, boss? Are we asking?
No, I am still trying to save up for my next point of Oracle.
Fair enough.
All right. Okay. We are gonna go.
All right,
I'm
make your
gonna
roll.
make this roll. I'm not using my willpower in case I need to re-roll. That didn't happen. You saw nothing? Nothing happened. 2 successes.
nice.
All right. So Nathan is able to sprint across the garden, flanked by the 5 ghosts that the crew brought with them, and dive through the back door without opening it before returning to tangibility and leaving Twilight.
All right. The thespian is getting very, very much into this heist. I presume he's spent at least 1 or 2 nights watching the modern day movies at the theater, so I think he may be Mission Impossibling it a little bit.
Well, the 3 of you do have 5 ghosts along. If you wish them to do something, simply describe it.
All
This is
right.
a role-playing game.
Can we get a description of the area first?
Fair enough. All right. So you've entered in through the back door. You are in a kitchen. It's a big kitchen with 2 large stainless steel refrigerators, a granite countertop with a few bar stools, and a range and a large counter that features any number of kitchen appliances that you can name, and several that you can't. Now, from this room, there are a couple of doorways that you can go through, one on the right side and one in the front. Um,
All right.
you can also vaguely hear the distant sounds of people talking.
The I'm going to say the no. The projectionist hears people talking and figures that any information we can get might point us in the right direction. Having the capacity to fuck around with sound specifically, he's probably the best case of doing this. So he heads on over to overhear the conversation. Meanwhile, the thespian is getting really into character because He has 2 streetwise and 5 finesse, and I think that means that he's going to have a decent chance of figuring out where someone might leave a bunch of incriminating documents.
Moneybags is gonna go with whoever went to. I think that was Protectionist that went to listen in with his trained observer and emotional aura.
And can the frontiersman use the Pathfinder Numina to find and destination is something incriminating?
Let's see.
Let's find that Numina, shall we?
I'm gonna, I'm gonna laugh my ass off if it's
Page
something incriminating from his time and it's just like, a
page
raccoon cap.
194.
Thank you.
Pa
Sorry.
There it is. This Newman allows a ghost to know the quickest route to a destination in the living world. The fastest route isn't always the safest, of course. The Newman doesn't reveal any dangers on the way, only a set of directions to the target. If the destination is the subject of the safe place merit, the activation roll is contested by the lowest resolve plus supernatural tolerance among any owners. The Newman costs 1 essence and lasts for a scene. If the destination is too far away to reach that quickly, the ghost must use the Newman again. The Newman does not function in the underworld.
Newman!
So yes, you could, but it will be a contested roll.
That alone is useful information.
Does Todd count as the owner here? Because if there's anyone I'm 90% sure has a shit ass fucking resolve, it'd be him. And he definitely doesn't have any supernatural tolerance. That's what you get for having a splat. So the real question is if you think you can beat it. Also, as far as I'm aware, rolls like this don't necessarily imply that they tip off whoever the fuck you're rolling against. That can happen subconsciously, as it were.
Yeah, that would only happen with a supernatural clash of wills. Like if, for example, Todd were a vampire using obfuscate to hide the area.
So you can try this without any risks. And
Okay.
you might be swinging at basically a bare stat of Todd's.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna give that a try. So it's resolve plus supernatural tolerance.
That's
Would
what
that
he rolls.
Oh,
The ghost rolls power plus finesse.
power this. Okay, cool. All right. I roll 3 successes.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's Todd's stat. There's no way that's Graham's stat.
Yeah.
All right. The frontiersman cackles to himself and closes his eyes, envisioning the way to the nearest piece of evidence. He's not exactly sure what his Sin Eater friends are looking for, and he's not sure what constitutes evidence in this era. Possibly some type of animal skin, maybe? Regardless, the route appears in his mind. Into the living room, up the stairs on the left, second door on the right.
I relay this or the frontiersman relays this information um
Squad
to
B,
the
the ones who are still with Lex.
yeah to forward op and um I
I'm not an
Ethan
op.
Ethan Ethan is going to um make going leading away from the crew um have these a very a scent of a very strong, juicy, bloody steak, leading the dog away from where the crew is.
I'm going to have you make a roll for that, Ethan.
Okay. Um, see here.
I think it makes sense, but I'm still going to have to need you to make a roll. So let's see.
Presence presence plus expression.
That makes sense. Because I don't see why making a scent wouldn't be a thing that a minor poltergeist power could do. But still, it's important enough that I'm going to have to ask.
Yeah, 3 successes.
All right. Now, Ethan, since you're not currently using the enhancement that allows you to move your senses, all you can tell is that the dog is following the scent away.
Yeah.
The dog currently appears to be upstairs.
Okay. Actually, that's actually a really good idea. Before I step out of the spotlight for a second, um, I'd like to shift my perception to that of Nathan. So I'm seeing through Nathan's eyes, hearing like from their POV.
Nathan has realized a fatal flaw and
Hmm.
has pulled his Deadpool mask out of his bag and is putting that on.
Okay.
Yeah, let's leave as little evidence as possible.
Hmm. If I am becoming, tangible again once every turn, if there's any cameras, I would like to be Deadpool.
All right, so Moneybags and the projectionist went to spy on the conversation.
Yes.
All right. The distant conversation is not exactly difficult to follow. This isn't a noisy house at the moment. Uh, Going through the uh, right-hand wall of the kitchen where the door would have been, and down that hallway, they take a peek through the wall and see Graham and Todd Kimball arguing over what appears to be a pool table. Todd is not playing, but Graham is shooting pool by himself. There is a glass of whiskey on the pool table. Todd Kimball has taken off his work uniform and is currently wearing a pair of sweatpants and a Crunch Quest t-shirt that is several sizes too small for him. Dad, where the fuck's Grandpa? My VCR broke. I need to borrow his. Graham takes a big drink of his whiskey and says, "Your grandpa is in the basement, and you know that you're not allowed to go down there, Todd." "But, Dad, I need a VCR. I need to watch my comfort video."
Don't be relatable, god damn it, Todd.
Wait until you find out
Graham
what it is.
Graham rolls his eyes and says, "For God's sake, son, you are 42 years old." "But, Dad." "Fine," he snaps. "You're not allowed to go down to the basement, but I will. Go back to your room. If Grandpa says you can borrow his VCR, I'll bring it to you." The whining immediately stops, and Todd gives him a shit-eating grin. "Sure, Dad." He grabs a a slice of cake that he had set down on the railing, and heads up to of the pool table and heads back up to his room.
Hi, guys. I just had a brilliant thought. Completely unrelated to this. We'll go into that in a moment. Who here has the word possess on their character sheet for their ghosts? Because I've got one. Has anybody else got one?
I do. Moneybags can possess.
The dog. Every single thing in this entire house currently has the open condition.
The boneyard gives them that.
Okay, I
If-
would like Moneybags to go chase down the dog and jump into its body.
If we take out the dog, there's no guards inside. The dog would then be our asset that we can use as a set of eyes and ears throughout the house,
And teeth.
and potentially the capacity to move and manipulate physical objects and or distract the homeowners. Also, provide you guys an exit.
All right. Moneybags needs to roll power plus resistance.
Alright. Come on, dice, don't fail him now.
I only have 4 for that for the thespian, so.
And
What?
does Lex have the open or the possess?
No.
Okay.
Categorically not.
I don't know what the
One success for Moneybags.
The shroud doesn't make you into a ghost, but it does let you enter Twilight like one. All right. So this is going to be a contested roll because the dog is alive.
We can fix that.
Please don't.
Ty.
Alright,
Yes,
do I roll
um,
it again?
Yeah, let's roll again.
That was funny, Jeff.
I've actually been
1.
waiting this entire game to use that joke. Lex,
Yeah.
do they have willpower?
Oh, yeah. Let me try that. Okay, hold on. Does the dog have willpower?
The dog is not going to use its willpower.
Okay. 4 successes.
That is the number 3, and that is not a roll.
Hey, I'm okay with it.
Today's session is brought to you by the number 3.
The letter L.
The letter 3.
Consistent
damn
dog.
dog.
Very consistent dog.
Yeah, this dog is very consistent on its resolve plus composure. It is a trained guard dog, after all. So, Moneybags heads upstairs to where the dog is patrolling, or was patrolling. Moneybags can smell the disembodied scent of meat that the dog is following.
He's a ghost, and this is a ghost smell, correct?
Yeah.
He also has taste, and taste and scent are incredibly closely linked. So could he gain a plasm from this?
No.
Damn. Okay. Just
Besides, ghosts gain essence.
could he gain an essence from this?
No.
Okay.
So, the dog, this being the first of you to lay eyes on it, is a Doberman Pinscher. It is wearing a thick and high-tech looking collar covered in wires with an antenna sticking up on its neck, and a light on the front of the collar that is currently flashing blue.
Fuck. Fuck.
Moneybags dives into the dog, overlapping the dog's form with his. The simple animal's mind falls asleep and the dog gains the possessed condition.
Sorry, guys. Didn't
So,
think
you
of.
know what dogs are really good at? It's getting their collars off. So, Moneybags is going to try to have the dog take the collar off. Because normally they have like one of those quick snap releases in case your dog gets stuck on something so it doesn't choke itself.
All right, if you want to do that, let's see.
What
Living
about
hosts require more time for the ghost to gain full control and always use their own attributes. The ghost may read the host's mind with a finesse roll at a -4 penalty, use the host's physical skills at a -3 penalty, and the host's social and mental skills at -4. These penalties are all reduced by 1 die per day that the ghost has been fettered to the host. So, with this condition, uh, it says that the dogs all that they use their own attributes.
okay.
So that would be a 3 dice pool roll for the dog to remove its collar.
Okay, and is that at the -4?
No, we're not. The dog doesn't have any skills. It's a dog.
Okay. So 3 dice pool.
Luckily, the penalty doesn't matter because it's all to skills, which he doesn't have. He didn't show up for dog class.
1 success for the dog. Keeping with tradition.
The dog manages to take its collar off by rubbing it against the edge of the wall. The high-tech collar falls off the dog and falls onto the carpet, inert. Moneybags is not quite sure what was up with the collar, but he does know that his Sin Eater friends got very upset the last time they saw a blue blinking light, and is now satisfied that they will be happier.
Excellent.
All right. So, now that we're in control of the dog, he can just follow his previous route without any difficulty, and it won't cause us any problems.
Okay. So, you said that the thing we're looking for is into the living room, up the stairs on the left, second door on the right, and that Todd and Graham are 2 doors off the kitchen to the right.
They were until Todd started moving again. Yes.
The projectionist is following Todd, whereas I think the other would be following Graham.
Okay.
Because they obviously
All right.
would have split up. Where are they going?
So first off, Todd is heading towards the living room, which means he's going through the kitchen. Nathan, have you moved away from the kitchen?
No, but I have, as soon as I put my mask on, reactivated my Twilight.
All right, so you've burned your second charge of 4.
Also, balls, I literally just lost it. Nope, completely forgot. Go ahead.
So you've burned your second charge of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Todd opens the door to the kitchen, whistling under his breath, the plate of cake in his hand. Now that you're in Twilight, he doesn't notice and steps right through you and the rest of the assembled ghosts and heads into the living room towards the stairs.
That's what it was. I can't be heard currently, correct?
That's right.
And neither can the other ghosts?
That's right. You're in Twilight.
So, whoever is following Todd, as they come through the kitchen and see me, I just start telling them to call out what room they're in when they change rooms.
The projectionist nods, and you hear something like an old school old detective movie. You know, Miss Marple or any of the Agatha Christie stuff, saying the names of rooms very loudly as they move on to The hallway, the stairs, the upstairs bedroom.
All right. So Todd heads up the stairs and into the room that the frontiersman specified. The projectionist calls it out.
Excellent. Okay. So Nathan wanders through the kitchen into the living room. Um, and I'd like to check the layout before I go up the stairs.
All right, what do you want to see here? Oh, just the layout of the room?
Yeah. And if anything looks expensive, just, checking.
All right. Here in the living room, you can see several things of interest. First off, the stairs which you were told by the frontiersman about are on the left. It's a really large spiral staircase. You notice that the spiral staircase also goes down into a basement. A very heavy wooden door that appears to be locked from the inside. The living room itself has a large fireplace along one wall. The other wall is covered in various maps and newspaper clippings about Whispering Peaks, maps of the city at different stages, newspaper clippings about the various achievements of the Kimball family throughout the generations.
Okay, so
Even what looks to be in pride of place, a very well preserved and very old journal.
Just quick question. Tibbs. Ethan, you're looking through Nathan's eyes right now, yeah?
Yep.
which means
Nathan?
your eidetic memory should work.
Nathan, would you be so kind as to open a journal and very slowly page through the entire thing for us? We don't need you to give us the information right now. I just want that for a day action.
Kenny, is it near anything that I could hide behind if I were to move the journal?
Roll me a chance die, please.
Chance die.
You can chance if you want to.
No.
1. Wow. Rude.
We control the horizontal and the vertical here, guys.
But you can always make a stealth roll if someone comes in.
Okay. Perfect. All right, so I will.
Or burn a tangible if you think they're not going to notice the thing missing.
I'm just gonna stand there in twilight and start flipping through it.
Well, you're going to have to wait until you're out of Twilight to even pick it up, but that's fine. It only takes 10 seconds. See, there's one inconvenient thing about being a ghost, and it's also the convenient thing.
You can't touch anything.
Oh. That's fine. Even better. Okay. God, I'm so smart. Okay, are you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
I think what Nathan's going to do is get up there while he's intangible, become tangible, rip a page out of the journal, pick up the cast off, and go back intangible.
Huh. That would destroy the journal.
But they wouldn't know because I would just put the page back where it goes, even if it's not bound in.
We've done a lot of experimenting with cast-offs. Is that an amount of damage that would produce a cast-off journal?
Roll me a chance die.
I would like to argue that the entire point of a journal is to be complete and untouched. So therefore, missing a page, having it ripped out, would render it incomplete and unusable.
Well, 5, and you make a cogent argument. So you know what? I'm going to let it.
Oh, yeah. It's not just the integrity of the thing. Like, it has to be. It's an emotional object as well.
Describe what you're doing, please.
So Nathan doesn't bother tiptoeing his way over to this thing because he's in Twilight. And the moment he gets there, he rematerializes in order to flip it open towards the back, rip out a page, and re-snap on his Twilight to grab the cast off of the journal.
You don't have to be in Twilight to grab the cast off. You are you. You can always touch cast offs.
I know, but I'm in the living room.
Did you put the page back before you did that?
Yes.
Okay. And you reclosed the journal?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And both Nathan and Ethan give me a perception roll.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. That's with plus composure. I'm gonna willpower that.
So, I believe Gus and the Thespian are still chilling with these two.
4 successes.
As well as the frontiersmen.
4 successes is enough. I'm gonna just shut up. No,
All right.
right, the frontiersman is with them. Yeah.
So,
So-
what stat would that be for the ghosts?
Do you want the ghosts to do this? Because if they would, it is wits plus composure, right?
So finesse plus resistance.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we don't need
Since-
that for right now. We've got plenty of successes on the table.
All
Yeah.
right, all right. Fair enough.
Good to know, though.
Yeah.
Right, through your currently shared eyes, both Ethan and Nathan note that when the cast-off journal was created, before being caught and stowed away, it attempted to make its way diagonally downwards.
So there's an Avernian gate down there.
I create a new rule for the boneyard.
You can't.
You can't do that, unfortunately. It's
Oh,
only
I
a creation of the boneyard.
Damn.
You'd
Okay.
have to destroy the boneyard and restart it, which wouldn't take very long.
But it would be a gap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I can do the tilts.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would also boot somebody out of the dog. Because I don't know if that would cause the loss of the open condition would kick a current possession out. I don't know how that works. This is the first time we've possessed anything.
Mhm.
The dog is doing its best to be non-suspicious while not noticing anything right now, I believe.
Does this... I can't remember where we were putting our Avernian gates. Is that an equipment? No.
Yeah, so the enhancement for earthquake weather can be used anytime. The enhancement for eyes in the paintings can likewise be used anytime. But if you want to close and reopen the boneyard, that will be another roll.
Okay.
I have updated our Avernian gate list. It's in
Thank you.
equipment and posted by me under the words Avernian Gate, and I'm just adding Kimball House.
Perfect, thank you.
We are I would like at least one of you to leave that way. Basically, Nathan, would you leave that way and come up through another gate so we can figure out where it is?
I will do my best.
If it is convenient and safe.
There's a necromancer in the basement.
Maybe.
All right. Anyway.
All right, so what now, folks?
Okay, so I think it's time for me to make my way upstairs.
All right. Jeff, you haven't made a roll lately. Make me a chance die roll, please.
Absolutely. Okay.
Come on, don't fail. Here's my ghostly spirit fingers. Tibbs, do your spirit fingers. Both hands.
Literal spirit fingers. 9!
All right. As Nathan heads upstairs, he can hear footsteps coming into the kitchen from the billiards room. You can also recognize the very put upon voice of Mayor Graham Kimball, rumbling angrily to himself as he walks across the living room and down the stairs towards the basement.
With God, who was following him? Somebody was following him. Who?
The thespian.
Yeah, the thespian is going downstairs with him.
I'm gonna put who we're following in general chat.
Yep. So the thespian is attached to Graham. The projectionist is attached to Todd. Does anyone have a free one they can send with it? Because I think we'll want to leave one with.
You have Gus.
Yeah, I think the thespian waves over to Gus, and Gus follows down. He's going to take over Grandpa if that's remotely safe.
I mean, I could we could send the frontiersman.
Up to you. The frontiersman is currently doing Pathfinder though, so I think he's more important to leave with Op 4.
Okay.
Red team, whatever we want to call them.
So Gus is following Ambrose.
Gus is following Ambrose. The projectionist is following Todd.
Okay, so
And they're all instructed to call out what rooms they're in.
Bingo. Assuming that is safe to do.
Yeah.
so the thespian and Gus break off. As Nathan heads up to the second story landing, the two ghosts take their place behind Graham Kimball as he slowly knocks 13 times on the basement door. After a moment or two, they can hear squeaky wheels and muffled coughing as Ambrose Kimball Jr. opens the basement door. He looks up at his son and says, "This is delicate work, Graham. What do you want?" Graham sighs and rolls his eyes.
I used the boneyard to close
Dad.
the door.
Dad, Todd wants to borrow your VCR. He says his broke, and and he needs it to watch his comfort tape. Ambrose, from his seated position, takes his oxygen mask, takes several good huffs, and says, "Son, I am attempting to raise the guidance of our Lord, for who will replace me as the pastor? And this is what you interrupt me with? Yes, he can have the fucking VCR."
I'm really close, right?
No. I am, in two aspects. So I have a question to the crowd.
You need to whisper Eason's name.
I understand. We can totally do that. Because... Actually, no, I can't. God damn it, the projectionist went the wrong way. Because he can manipulate sound. You can do that. However, I have a question for the audience. Do we want to very carefully kill Ambrose tonight? Because there's a very simple way to do that, and it's very straightforward. All we need to
Cut
do
off
is
his
mildly
oxygen?
disturb him, and, close his oxygen tank. A small movement that would definitely qualify under poltergeist effect. Could be done extremely slowly and subtly. And then it just wouldn't come out. It's just a valve. All we'd have to do is disturb him slightly. And then he might just die tonight.
Do we want him to die tonight?
I don't know, man. That's why I'm asking.
Can we get a poll in the audience? Poll the audience, see if we want to
Yeah.
Not if I cut his hands off, Lloyd.
I think a man having a minor heart issue, struggling to get air, might struggle also to manipulate perhaps an extremely well stuck valve that somebody had twisted as hard as they could.
and then add the, extreme cold condition tilt. We just close it and then add the tilt and
Make it unpleasant in there and hard to interact with.
yeah.
Up to you guys. I'm just saying we were planning on killing these people.
Well, then why don't we leave it wide open and introduce a match?
Might destroy some useful evidence, but up to y'all.
But they'd be all dead.
Fair enough.
All right. So I'm thinking let's get an idea of what evidence what incriminating we have to work with, and then from there, honestly, I'm thinking there's other things that we can other ways that we can deal with Ambrose.
Okay. Well, he might still be useful if we can make him reveal Ethan as the next head of church.
Yeah.
Or Ethan's dad, even.
Yeah.
All right, so since you've had your discussion, going back to the scene as it was happening, Graham looks down at his father with anger in his eyes. Why do you have to commune with Lord Mammon for that? I'm going to be the next pastor, Dad. Obviously. You were only joking that one time in front of the Barlow kid, right? You aren't thinking of actually naming Roger Barlow pastor, are you? Ambrose looks up at him, eyes full of disdain. Son, I sold Kimball's Agricultural to Cotton International because when I looked at you, I saw someone who couldn't hack it at the top of the business world. You were an adequate CEO. But you've done nothing to further our power. The Kimball family is treading water, and your son doesn't look like he's going to help. So am I thinking of naming someone else pastor? Yes, I am. Prove that you have some worth, and I will reconsider. But from where I sit, you have contributed next to nothing to our legacy. Your soul is going to Mammon's vaults only because I made the money to pay for it.
And on that word, I have the boneyard shut the door, squeaking, making it sound like the door is laughing.
Roger looks gobsmacked as Ambrose slams the door on him and continues into the basement. Graham sighs and begins heading upstairs. Nathan, now that you're upstairs and near the the promised door, you begin hearing footsteps coming upstairs. I believe you have one charge of two shards of the charges of the
Yeah.
shroud left.
Yep.
So are you going to shroud your way out of this, or are you going to do something else?
Um, Todd went into the second bedroom on the right at the top of the stairs. And by the phrasing of that, that means that the first door should be a bedroom. However, typically, master bedrooms are at the end of a hall, not the beginning of a hall. So I'm going to take a chance and duck into the first door, still in twilight, and look around real quick.
All right. So first things first, diving through the door and consuming your third charge,
Hmm.
uh, you find yourself in what appears to be Graham's bedroom.
This is good because Graham's headed for Todd's bedroom.
Right. Okay.
The footsteps pass you by, going all the way to the end of the hallway. Looking around Graham's room, you see that it's fairly Spartan. Graham has a small TV, a expensive looking chest of drawers, a utilitarian bed, and a small desk. On the cabinet, you see that there is a small photo of Graham when he was younger, and a child, Todd, near a woman that you've never seen and don't recognize, who you must assume would be uh, Graham's wife and Todd's mother. You've seen no hide nor hair of her in the house, nor have you ever heard of her in Whispering Peaks. God only knows what happened, that or the older folks in town might. The other points of interest you note are along the walls. Uh, Graham has, much like in the living room, hung up newspaper clippings about his achievements.
I'm guessing there's not very many of them.
I can't hear you. What did you say?
I'm guessing there's not very many of them.
Oh, there's quite a few, but taking a look at them, skimming through them, um, they're mostly smaller civic achievements, uh, driving up tourism by 5 or 10%, uh, grand openings of various stores, things like that. If this were someone else, some other small town mayor, this would be evidence of a great career well spent. In the bedroom of a Kimball, it is evidence of mediocrity.
Does he have a closet and does it close?
Yes, he's got a walk-in closet
Okay,
on the other side of the bed.
I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna drop the shroud after I fit myself behind some pants real quick. Or some hanging clothes.
All right, so I mean, at the end of the turn, you would anyway. So
Hmm.
you have one charge of the shroud left.
Okay. Um, I'd like to do something A little different. I would like to cast Oracle.
Okay.
And am I able to specify like a radius for this? Like it's the questions are what here is touched by death, what here feels the underworld's pull, what here remains unseen. Am I able to specify like a room or is it just the house?
It doesn't say, but I understand that you'd be using it to talk about the room, so that makes sense to me.
Okay.
How many dots of Oracle do you have?
One,
All right. And how many plasma are you going to spend on this?
two.
All right. Roll Synergy plus Oracle.
Ah, Lex. The only person among us who doesn't have to roll keys every time.
Can I roll that again with willpower?
I say, and they immediately fail a roll.
One success.
Sorry for the curse, love.
All right.
So
You've
what are
got
your
two charges.
what are your root and the other one?
Root and
Gardener
bloom.
and enabler. Actually, that's a really good question. We're in Whispering Peaks. Have we seen any other ghosts in this place?
Not a single solitary one.
Oh my dear Jesus. We've never been in a single place without finding a ghost.
One, your cabin.
Sorry, I very specifically have one other place, yes. But I had to go looking for that one. My uncle's cabin, miraculously, has had nobody die at it. That's fucked. Um, so, how's Gus getting along downstairs in the basement as what's his name, continues his attempts to summon Satan? Sorry, Mammon.
All right. We will cut to Ambrose momentarily, but we have the Oracle to deal with right now.
Yep.
Yep. So what here remains unseen?
All right. You've got two charges, so you've got two questions. So that's one of them. What's the other one?
Wait, hold on. I picked up Oracle too, so I do have another question. And the Oracle rank 2 questions are what is the biggest threat to me and mine?
And you want it to be specifically in this area?
In the house.
Within the house.
Yeah.
All right, that'll cost you another plasm for that enhancement.
Okay, I'll spend another plasm.
All right, so you wanted who is the biggest threat to me and mine, and what here is touched by death?
No, what here remains unseen?
What here remains unseen?
Yes.
All right. Since we don't have time for a big elaborate vision, I'm simply going to give you the most expedient vision possible.
Okay.
So, your mind fills with the caverns of the underworld, and inscribed on the walls, you see a image of the newspaper clippings on the walls, with one of the frames turned around facing the wall.
Okay.
And in regards to the second question, you feel an extremely strong tug downwards.
Okay.
All right, since you were insensate, I am going to roll a chance die. You come to in time to hear the footsteps of presumably Graham Kimball making his way from the master bedroom to what you now know to be Todd's, and then back down the stairs.
Okay. And what is his when he got to the end of the hall, what would his ghost have yelled?
I
The
assume bedroom,
master
master
bedroom.
bedroom.
Okay.
And I assume that between the two ghosts that we have on Graham and Kimball, I am somewhere in there aware of the fact that the VCR has been handed off.
All right. So, Ambrose. Gus follows along as the old man wheels down into the basement. The basement isn't like the rest of the house. The basement is old, possibly older than Whispering Peaks. What you're seeing is a shaft of rock carved into a cavern. Not a big one. One that is roughly basement sized. 400 square feet. It has been trimmed and made homey, but this is clearly a naturally occurring hole in the ground in a bizarrely square shape. In the center, you see a, a large ring of ancient rusty brown blood encircling a spot of the same substance. Around the circle, there are wrought iron candlesticks, each one holding what appears to be a huge and ancient candle that smells awful. Graham heads into the corner where a beheaded pig hangs from a hook, blood draining into a metal trough. Carefully, he uses one of those spongy sweeper things to dip into the pig's blood and trace the brown dried blood on the ancient floor. Mammon, oh Mammon, he calls. You have never spoken to me, nor to my father. But now I beseech thee. The Kimballs are your chosen family here. We have done your bidding since the time of my forefathers, Midas and his father Ezekiel. We are surrounded by the burning aftermath of Ezekiel's great sacrifice. Please, I beg you, our family is in decline. What shall I do?
Gus shouts through the house on the tune that only Ghost can hear is ritual occurring downstairs contacting Mammon.
I shift my perspective.
All right. That is, I believe, one plasm.
Yep.
How many of you guys got left, by the way?
I'm still running off the plasma I got from using the key.
Fair enough. What about the rest of you?
I have 23.
Full.
All right, so Nathan and Gus are now watching. Ambrose waits expectantly. Nothing happens. He goes over to the drained pig carcass and reapplies more blood, saying the same words and begging the same questions. You start to see tears well up in his old eyes. While reapplying the blood for a third time, he clutches his chest momentarily, then takes a large huff from his oxygen mask and starts again. Yes?
On the walls of the room, in blood, the words sacrifice the disappointment.
You know, for something like that, I'm going to have to ask you to make me a roll. Let's see here.
Are you serious? You psycho bitch! I love you!
I'm going to say manipulation plus subterfuge.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god, what are we doing today?
And I'm going to make this a contested roll.
Okay. Okay. Can I use the call for this to
There's-
get Meathead's power set or yeah power set I think it is.
It'd be
There
finesse.
is no rule against stacking haunts.
Okay.
And it'd be finesse. Is his finesse any good?
It's 2, but it's better than what I have, so. All right, so let me roll for.
So you have one manipulation?
Yeah. I'm a presence guy. Okay. Okay, the call plus synergy. All right, that's one success there.
So that's just for the call.
That's just for the call. And then 2 3 7. Willpower that 'cause this is too funny. 4 successes
On the call?
on the subterfuge and manipulation check.
All right, fair enough. And well, I said this would be a opposed roll. All right, you went out. You can see Ambrose's face light up. Yes, Lord, he says clearly, quickly. Thank you. I knew that you were working again in the world after what you did with the Barlow boy. I had feared that you had chosen a new family. But we would do anything to retain your favor. He immediately begins wheeling himself back towards the stairs.
Oh my god. So, can I ask about one other thing I'm seeing right now?
What?
What's on the videotape?
What videotape?
Todd's comfort tape.
Todd was
Oh,
waiting
so
on a.
Nathan is listening through the walls.
No, we don't even need that. The projectionist is sitting on Todd's fucking lap for all we know, and he's watching a video. I'm sure he's very interested.
so in Todd's room, where the projectionist has been stationed, hunching on the bed like a gargoyle, uh, Todd is over by his laptop, eating the cake with his hands. Um, when his dad shows up with the VCR, he takes it, says thanks, and immediately shuts it. He heads over to a wall safe that is behind his third place Crunch Quest plaque, which he removes from the wall and gives a little kiss. So he opens the safe and takes out and rummages around inside of it, and then takes out a old videotape, unmarked. There are smears of dust stuck on there, but it looks like it has been mostly wiped away for recent use. Todd heads over to the VCR, plugs it in, and then puts the tape inside, and starts replaying a very familiar security tape, showing an incident that you have seen once before in a vision. A much more fit Todd Kimball and a living Harrison Houlihan are shown on tape, talking about their workout, with Todd being asked to spot him. Todd leans in close to the TV, his eyes a few inches from the screen. "You're dead, you stupid fucker," he says. "You can't get me. I watched you die with my own eyes."
The projectionist nods, having seen this, and makes his way towards where he believes Nathan to be, having done his job. This was one of the things we were explicitly looking for.
Did he get the combination to the safe?
Unfortunately, no. The projectionist wasn't looking for that.
It doesn't matter. He knows where it is. The police can get it in.
The projectionist leaves Todd rocking back and forth, staring manically at the screen, his face covered in spittle and chocolate cake icing.
All right, guys, we won. Do we want to go for the hat trick? Because it sounds like there's a safe in each of these rooms. Sorry, it'd be weird if there was just two, especially the one missing one being the fucking master bedroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Around this time, while you guys are discussing this, Ty hears a car heading up the Kimball's private road.
I would like to roll a perception check.
Go ahead.
See if I recognize the vehicle in any way, shape, or form. Alright, I believe that's wits plus composure, so we're going to be rolling 7 dice. 4 successes.
You'd recognize the cherry red Ferrari heading up the private road anywhere. You've seen it 100 times by now, but usually when you see it, it's sitting in the driveway, unmoving. Roger Barlow makes his way up to the front gate and rings for security to let him in.
Your dad chose this moment, Tibbs.
Let's let's keep an eye on the situation. I have it. I'm actually going somewhere with my my push there.
Ty
Okay.
doesn't know what to do with this, but feels that this is not a reason to leave yet. Um. Okay, so it's your sense of vision, hearing, and those are the ones that are based in your new location, right?
Yeah.
Does it say touch anywhere on that?
It says perception. Your perceptions.
Kenny, can he feel himself being poked?
Let me check and see if it says he's insensate. If not, then yes.
It does not. It
Okay.
says the Sin Eater transfers her possessions to any location within Boneyard. Oh, here we go. Seeing, hearing, smelling, and tasting as though she were physically present.
Touch is not listed. All right. Tibbs.
And nothing about being insensate.
There is no
Enough.
reason why Ethan would have never at one point in his life looked at a Morse code whatchamacallit, guide, dictionary, whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
I have access to a cell phone, so even if you don't believe Ty would know it, the internet has it.
Yeah.
I tap the word, your dad is here on your thigh.
I'm going to have to say that you need to roll intelligence plus academics.
I will give you that. Will you give
Not
me...
you, Ethan.
Me? Okay. I think I'm good at it.
You could be
I'm willing
reading
to-
it off your phone.
I'm willing to believe that with eidetic memory, he would certainly remember having seen one of these.
But he has to remember it in the moment.
Yeah.
One success.
Alrighty. So the message is passed, and the boneyard allows you to note one new presence coming in the front gate.
Good job. Good girl.
So I'm still allowed to talk, right?
Yeah, you're not insensate. It said specifically you're not insensate.
Okay. In that case, uh, in that case, I say to Ty, let it ride.
I tap app down. Yes. All right. Ty leans back and gets comfy. The cigarette that he had lit has burned all its way down to the filter, and now this place has smelled terribly of cigarettes. I'm sure that potentially somebody's mom is going to get upset about it, but whatever.
Nathan, the projectionist has told you what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Um. Okay, so I am going to activate my last charge of Twilight and use those 10 seconds while Graham's room is unoccupied to look behind all of the post articles in the frames on the wall.
Well, you know
Okay.
which one.
Right. I know which one. I just wasn't sure if I knew which one.
All right, looking behind it reveals the presence of a wall safe.
And inside the wall safe?
Well, you don't know the combination now, do you?
But I'm a ghost.
So you want to use your last turn of
intangibility.
your last charge of the shroud for this?
I thought I already was.
I didn't hear you declare it.
Yeah, I wanted to become an I went into Twilight before I left the closet just to look behind the frame.
All right. So Ethan sticks his face into it. The wall safe. Well, Nathan, sorry, not Ethan. Ethan is still doing other things. Nathan sees two things specifically in this wall safe. One, a platinum wedding band. Two, a curved, wavy knife with a gold handle with a jewel in it.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Does prom queen see that?
You are together, so yes, the prom queen would always see that. That being said, I think it's time for prom queen to roll a breaking point.
Look, that's the knife that killed her, y'all.
Can we steal that today? Can we change part of the plans? I know we don't have a lot of ways of breaking into a safe, but I'd like to fucking try. And we have a ghost who can see the inside of the tumblers.
All right. Real quick though, prom queen has something to roll.
Yes.
Assuming
What do I roll for that?
Give me a second, it's been a while.
I believe you are sympathetic.
I am.
All right.
All right, yeah, what's your synergy? That's true.
5.
Uh, Give me half a sec just to check real quick.
All right.
There
So
is
I guess
5. You are sympathetic. That's correct. That means you roll either presence or manipulation, whichever is lower, plus synergy.
now, theoretically, and you should not say yes to this question, you could choose not to intercede. If you did that, you would get to decide what her response is. However, that would turn off your ability to be a Geist for the rest of this. Sorry, a Sin Eater for the rest of this. You would become a person wandering around this room,
Yep.
which is not good.
Um,
But
but
that
I
is a
can.
thing you could do on another
Okay.
instance.
Okay.
Yeah, you can simply let the prom queen be unleashed, uh, and choose a response, or you could intercede.
I'm going to attempt to intercede. You said it's the lower of presence or manipulation
Plus synergy.
plus synergy. Okay, so I have 5 synergy, 2 manipulation. I'm going to let her know that I understand what she's feeling, and we will be getting these motherfuckers. It is at the top of my list. I have been working toward it literally every day, which has been proven throughout all of my day actions. So let's see if that's enough. 2 successes.
All right. You have chosen to intercede. The Geist does not respond, and you gain the bonding condition. So take your bonding condition, and I will describe what happens.
Can someone tell me what the bonding condition is?
I'm grabbing that right now. Let
Thank you.
Kenny continue, and I will describe that after he's done.
Okay.
So, after taking your face out of the safe and leaving Twilight, and the shroud condition ends, the prom queen pulls herself away from you. The plasm stuck to your skin, forming the shroud, boiling away into the ether and reforming the prom queen. She has one hand on her chest and she begins taking deep, hard breaths that do nothing as her lungs no longer exist. You see the wound on her stomach open up and ghostly blood begin to drip. Her face begins to grow sallow, and her eyes roll into the back of her head. But as you intercede and explain what you have to say, the prom queen nods, the harsh breathing stopping, and the ghostly blood drawing on her dress, disappearing.
The bonding condition?
I
Your
couldn't hear you, Jeff.
the bonding condition. Are we good to continue?
Hmm.
Um, your relationship with your Geist improves by 1 step. So for the rest of tonight, you are empathetic.
Okay.
If you resolve this, by facing another crisis point, improving your Geist's remembrance, or gaining a dot of synergy, you can resolve this condition and gain a synergy beat.
Okay.
So in a very real way, it's a free beat on top of everything else.
Cool.
All right. So, what's the plan for the rest of you guys?
Um, so
I I'm planning on sticking around and waiting for the sacrifice to start.
so
Once
you
the sacrifice starts, only after it started, then I'm going to call 911 and report a murder in progress at the Kimball home.
so you are currently in Gus's field of vision, right? You took over Gus's vision when you came down.
Yeah.
So Gus is currently burning the back of fuck, I'm juggling so many
Ambrose.
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 And he's sticking around with him if he's going back upstairs. Um, right now, the projectionist has turned to Nathan and says, "We should have me go check the master bedroom. I can look along all the walls and find the matching safe." Said in the voice of a particularly charismatic butler from a movie series from a movie based on a board game. Clue? Nobody's coming along with me on this one?
I got you. There's a reason I giggled.
Anyways, so I'm waiting on orders for that because inevitably I'm playing second bananas here. What do you want to do?
These are your nemesis, Tibbs, so I'll follow your lead.
Remember, your ghosts have influences and things they can use too.
Yeah.
Moneybags has metal, commerce, and light.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
Manipulation. The projectionist has sound. Spin the tumblers. I'm going to control the sound to make it extremely obvious outside of the safe when the tumblers are hit. Make it as easy to open as a locker at a school. Come on, everybody was figured out how to open the lockers at school, right?
Yeah, you take a safety pin and you poke it in the bottom.
Sorry.
How high is the projectionist sound influence?
I believe it's 2. But strengthen is 1.
Yeah, 2 allows for him to manipulate sound. And 1 allows for him to strengthen.
I think strengthen
hey.
would make it extremely audible.
Oh, my apologies. So the frontiersman does have possess. So we could possess the safe and kick it open. We could do that too.
Also, the thespian has 2 entertainment, so if we wanted to fuck with Todd right now, that's really, really an option.
Start distorting the video. That would be fun.
Do it.
There's something in me that wants to break off from Graham and have the video start repeating the words "bite to the bar" over and over again, but I think we might give ourselves away. That's the last thing that
I know.
and also, yeah. Anyways. But we should probably figure out how to get these safe open. What do you guys think?
Yep.
I think that. Do you have any larceny whatsoever?
I do.
You do! I could not be happier to hear that.
Oh, I'm wrong. I lied. But I do have stealth and investigation. And you know what? Graham Kimball's not a really smart guy. If I was to roll wit plus investigation, would I be able to see if he has his combination written down anywhere?
Alternately, you could just use it to listen for the noises. You're not having to break this in properly. You just need to listen for the tumblers. I feel like that's investigating.
Okay.
What do you think, Kevin?
If you want the projectionist to do the sound thing on the tumblers, then he's gonna need to make a influence roll.
I shall.
Let's see.
Finesse plus power?
I was just checking to make sure. I believe it is, yes. Power plus finesse.
Fuck. Yes. 9 dice. Is this the plan?
Yeah, let's try it.
Let's do it.
2 successes.
All right. So I'm going to say that will give you +2 bonus to the investigation roll. And because that's the only thing I can think of that would make sense for listening specifically for the tumblers to go click very loudly. So wits plus investigation +2, please.
No whammies, no whammies.
Am I rolling with an investigation +2?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm so
You're
sorry.
the one who's there.
Sorry, boss.
Hey.
2 successes.
All right. Thanks to the projectionist's ability to project sound, when you spin the dial, it makes an extremely loud click when you hit the right number.
I'd like to specify that Nathan's wearing gloves.
So, well, I makes sense that you would pack them considering what you're going to do. So, what you were here to do today. So, yeah, that makes sense. So, it isn't with this help. It is not difficult to open the safe, revealing the dagger and wedding band within.
What name is carved inside the wedding band? They almost always engrave the inside.
Wilhelmina.
That's a new name.
Add that to the notes file.
Am I taking both of them or am I just taking the knife?
I would like the knife. I have plans for the knife.
What I meant is, am I only taking the knife or am I also taking the wedding band?
I don't know what we'd do with the wedding band, honestly. All I want was the information on it, but if you want the wedding band, it's platinum.
Let's just take the knife and I'm going to reclose the safe.
All right. So, while this is happening, you can hear the motor of a wheelchair lift. bringing Ambrose Kimball upstairs. Gus was the ghost following him, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep.
Gus follows along. Ambrose Kimball goes to Todd's bedroom door and knocks on it. "Oh, grandson," he says, "tonight is the night. You've bothered me before about wanting to see my work in the basement. So come. Tonight you can help Grandpa."
You are seeing Gus's eyes and ears right now.
Yep.
Todd opens the door, his face smeared with chocolate icing. He stares gap-toothed and unblinking at Ambrose for a while before responding, "Fuck off, Grandpa," and closing the door.
Excuse the fuck out of me. That is completely out of character. I did not say that out loud.
What
but
was
like-
that? I couldn't hear it.
It was
I said, excuse the fuck out of me.
Out of character. That was out of
That was
character.
completely out of character.
That was
So
Lexi
sorry.
speaking.
So Ambrose begins hammering on the door and starts screaming, "You get your fat ass out here, Todd Kimball. You are going to help Grandpa, and you are going to like it."
He's not. No, he's not.
So, the projectionist asks if we're checking the master bedroom while all this is going on.
Probably should, yeah.
Probably.
So, do you want to reload your charges?
Yep, it's actually one of the reasons I dropped it while I was still in an enclosed room.
Smart you. Very like.
So, Kenny, while Lex is getting their role together, how long would it take the police department to get out here? If I was to call an emergency.
City PD or county sheriffs?
Sam Spade.
911.
I think 911 would be the city PD. So a couple minutes. 2 or 3.
2 or 3 minutes? Okay.
Those are the ones he owns.
Okay.
We do have a tip line, though.
Yeah. We hit. All right. Yeah, we'll call the so I'll wait for things to get moving and then call the tip line.
Ty is sitting there literally with his phone out doing fuck all. You just need to say, call it in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, no one... oh, wait a sec. Someone was with Graham, right? Who was with Graham?
The thespian is with Graham.
Yeah.
All right, the thespian is following Graham. He has gone back to playing in a pool by himself in the billiards room when he hears the knock at the door after Cotton Security lets Roger Barlow in. The thespian follows him to the living room where Roger Barlow is sitting on the couch, pouring himself a generous helping of a very expensive-looking wine that was left out on the coffee table. "Mayor Kimball, if this isn't the man I wanted to see," he says. He cocks an eye up to the screaming match going on upstairs. "Trouble among the Kimball clan?"
This
The mayor
fuck, I love him.
The mayor sits down and says, "What in God's name do you want, Barlow? It's late, and everyone has been bothering me." What I want, he said, is to make you an excellent offer. What the hell are you talking about, Barlow? I happen to know that you used up quite a bit of your cachet with the Cotton Board of Directors to allow them to overlook the conflict of interest of opening the Kimball's big box store so close to the Farmer Kimball's location. You know that is definitely a conflict of interest for which the board can sue you. Right, Graham? And for what? So your son could manage a big box store? Well, now that I'm the CEO of Farmer Kimball's, thanks to our mutual employers, what I would like to offer you is the chance for your son to actually do something important. So, Farmer Kimball's is finally moving into the market in Nevada. We have a huge store set up near the state headquarters in Vegas. Your son wouldn't just be manager. He would be the regional head. If he does a good job with this, we can start putting directors in front of that. What do you say, Graham? Everyone knows Todd is as dumb as a box of rocks and half as pretty. Thank you, Void. Appreciate the bits.
Thank you, Void!
And what do you want for your generosity, Barlow? I know you, and we both know the church's teaching. This isn't charity. Of course not, he said. I just happen to know that things are about to get pretty hot in town to be a Kimball. So, if you take my offer, your son would be safely out of state, accomplishing something for the first time in his life, in a position where he can't fail, no matter how stupid he is. In return, all I want is for you to tell your father that you renounce any claim on the pastorship. When things get hot in town for you and your father, you're not going to be able to hold the position anyway. So if you take my offer, you can protect your son. But if you don't, then both of you are going to be in hot water. And I'm going to end up pastor anyway. So what do you say? Are we going to fight over this while you try to keep your ass out of jail? Or are you going to do the smart thing and protect your son and maybe even have some of your professional acquaintances testify in favor of Todd or you or whoever gets in is the one that's going to be in trouble? So, back upstairs, Gus is watching Ambrose hammer on the door. Uh, he's screaming invectives at Todd, but Todd doesn't seem to be responding. Yes?
He he hears a click as the door unlocks to Todd's room.
All right. Who's feeling lucky?
I'm the only one who passed one of these rolls tonight, and I'm not doing a ton. So, I will take the blame. Let me set myself ablaze. Natural 1. Sorry, guys.
I would just like it noted that I did roll a success for jumping back into Twilight with the Shroud.
Okay, so you're in Twilight.
Yes.
How many charges did you pay for on this new shroud?
4.
4.
Is that the max
All
you
right.
can pay for?
Yeah, I can only do 1 to 4.
Even with 2?
They're not doing the 2 dots. They're saving it for Oracle, remember?
Ah, sorry, I thought you
I
said...
So
already
what are you
have-
gonna?
I thought you already had 2.
So what are you gonna do in Twilight?
Oh wait, it was 2 Oracle, sorry.
I'm going to not be visible.
And you're
I mean,
headed... We were headed towards the master bedroom, I thought.
Yeah, I was literally just gonna dash through the rooms until I got there.
All right, fair enough. All right. You make your way into the master bedroom. It's at least twice as big as Todd's and Graham's. If you thought Graham's room lacked an aesthetic, this room is the opposite. The walls are painted a kind of gaudy shade of gold, and there is overt imagery of the Chosen of Mammon symbol hung all over the walls in various forms, paintings, statuettes. There is a wall safe, but unlike in the other 2 rooms, there is no attempt to conceal it. In fact, Ambrose has placed 2 newer looking candles on candlesticks on either side. Otherwise, his room is more or less what you would expect. He has a large palatial bed, no TV, but an armoire, a writing desk, and the various tools he uses to put himself in and out of his wheelchair in the morning.
Okay, I stick my face in the safe.
I can't hear you.
I stick my face in the safe.
Stick your face in the safe?
Yep.
What's in this safe is somewhat less interesting than the others. There is a large sheaf of paper shares, the kind that were that were issued for this before the advent of the Wall Street stock market. They look to be about 200. They look to be about, you'd say, 150 years old.
Okay.
What company are they for?
And before cotton mining.
Cotton isn't that old, is it?
I don't think so.
It's the
Was it?
1920s. It
Ah.
was because it happened. Cotton started his farm just after World War II or World War
Oh.
One.
So, yeah, 1920s, 1930s, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Gonna have to get the fucking lore dump somewhere.
Why did I think World War One was like 1840?
That is Civil War.
Uh, Civil War wasn't that long. It's only like
All right,
I
completely
was
beside
saying,
the point.
I was saying in the 18 somethings.
fair enough.
There is a sheaf of old shares in various companies such as DuPont and Remington.
Oh, so this is just raw money.
Yeah, that's a
So
lot.
just to state of interest, without encouraging any sort of behavior whatsoever. This is just something you should know. The one unique thing about paper shares is that they are to the bearer of these physical pieces of paper. They don't have a name on them. You would exchange them physically with whoever, and you did not have to sign anything other than presumably a receipt like you would purchase anything. However, if you are in possession of this object, you own that share. And therefore, if, for example, someone were to find themselves in possession of a large number of these and walk into whatever amounts to a local financial institution and wish to claim these shares as they are, you would be able to connect those to any bank account you please. However, this is incredibly suspicious behavior, and you would have to figure out where the hell we found these so you don't get yourself fucking arrested by the SEC. Because this isn't something you're going to find in a lake somewhere. I don't know what to do with this. I just feel that that information is worth having. These are bearers. These are things that belong to whoever is holding them.
I don't think I care.
Probably. I mean, at most, I'd set them on fire. If I were in your shoes.
So,
Oh, I do have one idea. Can I do something weird?
what do you want to do?
I have the curse. Am I able to do that while I am incorporeal?
You can stack.
Hot stack.
Yeah. Okay. I would like to curse this sheaf of papers.
Let's see. How many dots in the curse do you have?
Just one.
Let's see if that does anything then. The curse. This only does impose a -2 penalty on one roll to whoever you touch with it. For each charge. Sorry.
Could it be like a curse voucher? Like it goes to the next person that touches it?
Sorry, boss.
Okay, that's fine.
I believe the curse is just on a... Yeah, you have to touch a person, from what it says, and it gives them the bad luck.
Okay, next question. I am a ghost. Can I change my shape and form?
No.
Okay. But I can go down through the floor if I'm careful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna go into the bathroom of the master bedroom and hold on to the pipes and lower myself down to the first floor, making sure that no one is yelling, "Hey, I'm in this room over on the end."
All right. And while you're doing this, the two screaming fits in the house currently intensify. So Ty rolled a 1 on that luck roll, on that chance die. Let's see where that took us.
Sorry, boss.
Ethan used the boneyard to unlock the door. And that, I would say, is definitely something that's within the purview of minor poltergeist effects.
Mm-hmm.
Doors opening, shutting, and moving around, or clicking a lock shut, especially, are definitely things you would expect in a haunted house. And also something you could expect to happen if someone were sitting banging on a door for 5 fucking minutes.
The door pops open, and Ambrose Kimball, without missing a beat, wheels himself over to his grandson, who has resumed his position of staring at the TV. He grabs him by the arm and says, "Come on, fat ass, you're coming with me." Todd Kimball gets up and says, "I told you to fuck off, Grandpa." He grabs the arms of the wheelchair and pushes as hard as he can.
This kid needs to be fucking slapped upside the head.
He's 42.
Well, then he maybe shouldn't act like a 3-year-old.
Call in elder abuse to the hotline.
The description... Oh, is that happening now?
Yeah. Call it elder abuse.
Ty opens up his phone. I'm going to say this happened earlier. You set me up with a Google Voice number that doesn't connect to fucking anything, right?
Yep. Yeah.
I use that Google Voice number on my phone, a thing that very much can be done.
Use the ghost laptop.
I have to call a real thing, but I imagine you've set me up a VPN and so on for my phone, and we're calling with a fake number.
Okay.
By the way, I just want to mention that the dice roller doesn't seem to be updating in the stream.
I do apologize. Don't know what caused that. Should be fixed now.
Yep.
I do
All right.
apologize. I think after a while, my computer just snoozes it. I only have so much room for having windows open on a single screen.
Fair enough.
Exceptional success.
So, you guys called in elder abuse.
Elder abuse and, specifically, the location of crucial evidence, either in the VCR or in the, the safe in Todd's room, the second bedroom on the top floor. Those are all the places we found evidence, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, should I just vaguely say check the basement?
Yeah.
There's some spooky shit down there. Maybe the cops will find something we didn't.
Yep.
I mention all these 3 things as an anonymous tip, deeply concerned about some screaming I heard through the window.
So, let's resolve that exceptional success Todd got.
Oh god, did he just kill Grandpa?
Todd may have went to seed quite a bit, but he was a bodybuilder. Once upon a time, he was a good enough bodybuilder to win a 3rd place prize at Crunch Quest. When he sends Ambrose's wheelchair spiraling back as hard as he can, it is flung against the wall of the hallway. It goes spinning wildly out of control. And screaming at the top of his lungs, Ambrose Kimball falls down the spiral staircase.
Well, Barlow is right there.
His neck and spine cracking with every step. The old man lands directly at the foot of the stairs in the living room, a heap of broken bones. Gus watches as the old man's ghost begins to climb out of the wreckage of its body. Screaming, "Todd Kimball, I'm going to kill you!" "Sup," says Gus.
How's Gus's physical strength? Let me take a look at something. Gus has a power of 3.
No, alive people have souls.
Actually, alive people can create a form of a ghost called a doppelganger.
Oh. Oh, that's right. We talked about that in the pool.
Yeah.
Wait, so Grandpa's not dead yet?
Maybe,
Oh
we don't
no,
know.
this man is extremely dead.
That's why.
Extremely and visibly dead.
All right, Gus. I believe Gus has in here brawl plus power, or brawl plus finesse if you'll let me get away with it. And I would like him to go collect this man for me.
Makes sense to me.
I don't think this man is very strong. I think we can do this. Is that okay? And he's bringing them specifically to Ty.
Yeah.
It would be an opposed roll, so because he'd basically be grappling him.
Yep. So which one will you let me get away with?
Either one makes sense.
Okay. No.
Gus has willpower.
Yep. 2 success.
Yes.
The ghost of Ambrose Kimball is unfortunately not strong enough to prevent Gus the Goat Man from seizing him and carrying the specter of the old man wherever he wants him to go.
He's giving him over to Ty, who is going to be holding his hand. So, you guys remember, I want to be very clear. When I talked about getting the ghost trap, I didn't talk about destroying it. I want to be extremely clear. I talked about collecting it. Does everyone remember that?
Yep.
So that is still in my possession. I am going to bring this man home. Once we're done here, I will physically hold him until then, because I can hold a ghost and I am way stronger than this old asshole. And I am going to bring him to a very specific fishing lodge where I am going to hang up a shiny new decoration for him to chill out with. Until we're ready to deal with him. Is everybody on board? Because that's what Ty's doing. I need to be
cool
told
with this.
otherwise.
I'm cool with this.
So I'm going to tell you.
I'm going to have to read what Void said simply because it's so funny and I want this to be recorded for posterity. I do like the suggestion that an elderly man on oxygen has his wheelchair pushed down an entire staircase, not only survives, but has the presence of mind to intentionally generate a doppelganger. Good thing I prepared Vajrayana Buddha stair trip tulpa prepared just for this case.
I fucking love that for us. All right.
Thank you, Void. Thank you.
Is everyone cool with my plan? Because I need to add the final thing. I have been very carefully not talking to you guys about the experience we've been slowly accumulating for the crew. Because the crew has been buying our, whatchamacallit, ceremonies.
Yes.
One of the ceremonies that we can do is called Bind Ghost.
Okay, do we need to do that tonight, or can we talk about that
anytime.
after we finish this session?
I just need to find one of his anchors, and then we get to turn him into a M thing.
Memento.
Memento. Forever.
Okay.
It's hell.
All right. And we have one last thing to do before we go.
Mhm.
Nathan's still in there. Nathan, what do you do?
Run.
I get out of there. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna have Moneybags do it. The dog is gonna run outside and go rile up the security guys, make them think there's something in the way that I am not running.
Okay. So, speaking of the security guys, the sound of someone tumbling down the stairs summoned them to the front door. Um, Whoever has a view of them can see that each of them, each of the Cotton security members, are carrying a handheld device with a blinking light on it. As the dog streaks by, the light turns blue. And the two members of Cotton security rush off after the dog.
Moneybags. I'm gonna have Moneybags run to the wall as far away from the car as he can get, and jump through the wall out of the dog.
Oh,
Right?
make the
And
dog
the dogs
faceplant.
and the dog face plants directly into the wall.
Yes.
Oh,
The two guards stoop down to take a look at the dog. What's it reading? Mundane again. What do you think? Class G entities? There has been a sighting of one on tape, so I'm going to have to say yes. What did the big boss lady say the last time when we brought this up to her? Nothing. She said it's not our problem. We need to bring this up with the boys at the lodge. Agreed.
that's not good.
All right. So while they're chasing the dog, Nathan goes through the wall to the outside. Don't give a fuck about no doors, and runs.
All right. Into the car, I'm assuming?
Yep. I
All right.
materialize once I am in the car again.
Is Gus have permission to leave? Also, what did Graham and Barlow say when they saw the body fall down the stairs?
Yeah, I would be yelling for all of the ghosts to leave as
All
I
right.
left.
Whatever ghost remaining lingers, let's say the frontiersman. He lingers long enough uh, to see Roger Barlow and Graham Kimball near instantly discover the dead body of Ambrose Kimball Jr. Roger stands up, a grin spread across his face like a kid on Christmas. Graham stands up, absolute shock and horror on his face. Dad! Roger starts laughing as he pulls out his phone and dials the number for the sheriff's department.
Wait!
Last chance to make a deal, he says as the phone begins to ring.
And as soon as he hits send, the last thing I'm gonna do with the boneyard before dropping it is opening everything in the house. Every drawer, every window, every door. Everything flies open all at the same time. I'll I'll roll for it if you want.
No, that's just a call poltergeist effect. You can do that. When that
And
happens, uh, when all the drawers, windows, doors, everything opens, Roger's grin gets even wider if possible, showing immaculately perfect white teeth. Our Lord agrees with me. The Kimballs are finished. And scene.
Yes! Okay, guys, we have to do this real quick. Let's go through our
Yeah.
aspirations.
Operations.
Anyways, I had this sitting in to post since last week. I forgot
Just go.
to get scouted for college hockey. I did some hockey stuff. Find a way to put the Undertaker underground. I've been working on some of our power things. Start cleaning up this town. Well, we just might have gotten rid of all the Kimples. Build connections. We just got ourselves a great inn with the Barlows. They're well set up.
Yep. Okay. I don't. So I did another speed run stream during my downtimes. Did I don't believe did anything towards improving my rig or my equipment. Um, Definitely getting clout in the Chosen of Mammon. I'd like to step and clear fuck over Kimball.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I don't believe I made any progress on helping Susie's grandma.
Yeah, I honestly can't think of a way that you did anything helpful for that right now. Which, by the way, I do need to make one last roll before we go, but for Susie's grandma. But Nathan, go do your aspirations first.
All right, I do believe I stepped. Would this get me my last remembrance with prom queen?
Hmm.
I got her face to face with her brother, and we found her murder weapon.
You know what? I'm going to say that that makes sense to me.
Okay, then I'm going to step and clear, get to know Josie.
Okay.
I didn't take any actions towards drilling the hole. We definitely grew the crew. We added 3 new ghosts. I believe I took a step towards saving Susie by looking into hearts on the black market, as well as going through the hospital to pass out donor forms and day actions. And I
Hmm.
believe I took a step towards making a new friend, namely
Hmm.
the dog.
I'll allow it. All right. And real quick, as I announced, there were going to be 2 rolls per session. One for Susie to find a heart, and one for Susie's grandma.
Yes.
All right. She doesn't find a heart, and she doesn't die.
Oh, good.
And Grandma is alive for 2 weeks, I believe, was our.
Oh yeah, you're right. I don't need to make a roll for her. Grandma's got 18 days from the date we mentioned, so that's more time off the clock.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks everybody. You know what, Void? Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Void.
Spend the reroll.
Oh shit. Okay. Uh, Let me uh remember what I don't remember what I rolled, but it's in downtime actions, right? It was intelligence and investigation at a -1. Does anyone want
I
What?
to assist?
I think he means the luck roll.
The
That
chance die roll.
yeah, the
Oh,
ch
okay. That makes a
All
lot
right.
more sense.
Okay.
Redeem it, and I'll do the reroll. All right. Because I'm nice here, if it hits 1, I'm not going to kill Susie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Susie does not die, but does not find a heart.
Thank you, Void. We
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Void. Whew.
Well, thanks for the do-over. It was definitely worth it. Uh, and I want to thank everyone for coming out to see us. And we'll be back again in 2 weeks unless our nemesis, the internet, decides to strike once again.
Kenny, how much session XP?
Let's say 1 XP apiece.
Excellent.
nice.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a good one.